Hello everybody, Austin here from IT Gaming, and today I'm going to talk about the Nintendo Switch. Now, if you don't know what the Nintendo Switch is, then the rock you're living under must be very comfortable. The Nintendo Switch is Nintendo's new game console. Nintendo, they made the Wii U, they made the original Wii, GameCube, N64, and NES in 1985, as well as handhelds like the DS. They're making a new console called the Nintendo Switch, releasing on March 3rd. Now, I'm going to address fanboys in this video and the arguments that they make and all that stuff. But before I start doing all that, I want to get some stuff out there. I think that Nintendo Switch should succeed, and I like the idea of it. It's a hybrid console, portable home console hybrid thing. It's a tablet that you can dock, and then it's on your TV, and it's, from what I've heard, it's more powerful when it's in the dock and all that stuff. And I also want to get this out there that I am not a fanboy for any of the big three, nor am I a fanboy for PC. Now, PC, I would say, is my preferred platform, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, you should just go out and buy a gaming PC, build your own PC. Yes, I built my own PC. It has a Broadwell i5 with a 6GB 1060 in it, but I own the original Wii. I don't have the Wii U, as well as a DS Lite, a 3DS from Nintendo. I have an Xbox 360. I have the Xbox 360S. Ian actually has the FAT, but I also have a PS4 as well. And so I'm not a fanboy for either of them, but I am going to be addressing fanboys. So I'm not gonna and I'm definitely not gonna praise the master race in this video, Lord Gaben. I'm not that kind of dude. I don't really do that anyway. But I'm gonna start off with some arguments that the Switch fanboys make about Nintendo. Note, I will want to see the Switch succeed. I want Nintendo to succeed. They have so much potential in the future. I know I'm gonna get dislikes on this video. Just hear that. Shut up. Thank you. First argument. Oh, you can't compare Nintendo with Sony, Microsoft. They're so different. They take a different approach every time. They stand out because they're taking a different approach. You can't compare them at all. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can easily compare the Nintendo Switch with Microsoft and Sony's consoles. You can do that. So what if they take a different approach? In fact, they should be taking a different approach. Imagine company A and B, and they're competitors in whatever industry. They're competitors. Why would it be in their interests to do the same thing every time and do the same thing as their competitors are doing? They would want to take a different approach so more people will see that and want to buy it. Just because one company is taking a different approach doesn't mean they're not competitors. They are. If you saw the original Wii, which I also really liked the original Wii, in fact, I recently replaced the optical drive for it because mine died, because I liked the Wii so much. Like, if you see the original Wii with all the motion controls and stuff, and a lot of people buy that, it sold over 100 million units. They're taking a different approach, but that shouldn't matter. They are competitors. They are competing against each other. I don't know why people say that, oh, they're taking a different approach. You can't compare them at all. You can. Now, the next one I'd say is probably worse. Oh, you can't. The consoles are all about the games. It's all about the games. It doesn't matter about the performance. It really doesn't matter at all. Now, shh. I know. It's a true statement. It is a true statement. The games drive the systems. They drive the systems. That is a fact. I will agree with that. And performance, whatever. Like, if consoles were about performance, then we wouldn't have consoles. If consoles were about performance, we wouldn't have them. Because, like, imagine if Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they just pushed out consoles that were really powerful. Imagine if they didn't even allow games on it. People wouldn't buy them because you couldn't use it. Then it would be more who makes the best paperweight. But the thing is that yes, games drive the systems. I'm gonna say that over and over and over again, and I would like somebody to count how many times I say that games drive the systems. Games drive the systems, but if a console isn't powerful enough to get the games that drive the system, then the system won't be driven and will fail. Common sense. Isn't that just common sense? The games do drive the systems, but like if let's say major third-party developer pushes out a multi-plat to the Switch, and all the competitors have that multi-plat. Note that they are competitors. What I said before. People are only going to buy one of them. So let's say, oh, I want to buy Grand Theft Auto 5. I want to play Grand Theft Auto 5. And let's say that the Switch, I'm not saying that it is or not. I'm not saying that it is not powerful. But let's say that the Switch isn't powerful enough to get Grand Theft Auto 5. Then it wouldn't get Grand Theft Auto 5, and people who want to play Grand Theft Auto 5, they would be like, oh, it looks like the Switch isn't going to get it, and I really want to play Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm going to go out and buy an Xbox One S or a PS4 Pro or whatever, or Scorpio or whatever down the line. If there are no games, then the system will fail. And this is what happened with the Wii U. The Wii U was a fail. Because what happened was, first of all, it wasn't really powerful enough, and the third-party support wasn't there. Nintendo didn't have it because the system wasn't powerful enough, and people, and companies, developers, made stupid, crappy ports, and then they didn't sell because they were crappy. The ports didn't sell because they were crappy. And then they didn't develop for the Switch anymore, and they were like, oh, the Nintendo Switch, it's not profitable, and it's not powerful enough. And that's why people are concerned. Because people are only going to buy one of the big three. Competitors. They're competitors. People are only going to buy one. It should be common sense. I don't get how people can make these arguments. It just makes you sound stupid. Yes, games drive the systems. Games drive the systems. If a console isn't powerful enough to get games, system won't be driven. Nintendo is competitors with Sony and Microsoft. They're all competing with each other, even though Nintendo is taking a different approach, which they should be doing, because otherwise no one will buy what they want to throw out. It really just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm also going to talk about arguments that other people make against the Nintendo Switch. I'm not going to say that they're all fanboys for other systems, and I'm not going to say that they are, but just the whole arguments in general. The Nintendo Switch has a 720p screen on it. It's a tablet. It has a capacitive touchscreen that's 720p. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, my phone has a 1080p or 1440p screen on it. It's nothing, but really it's fine. I'm sure it's fine because pixel density is a thing. So if it's a smaller screen, it'll have a higher pixel density, which should make it look better, and it should be fine. And also, it will really eat up battery life if it had, like, let's say it had a 1440p screen in it. It will really eat up the battery life because it's constantly pushing out pixels, whether it be 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. It's constantly pushing out pixels, and if it's 1440p, it'll have to push out more pixels, which would drain the battery life. And people would get pissed because the battery life is so small, and they don't know that they can't have both. They can't have both. And also, if they made it super powerful, then it'll be way too expensive and people won't want to buy it. If the screen on it was like huge and it was like a like a 4K screen or whatever with a really powerful graphics chip and a huge battery, it would be way too expensive and no one will buy it. No one will buy it, and then they'll be pissed because they can't have both. You can't have both. So 720p screen, that's fine. Once again, I want the Switch to succeed. Nintendo has potential. Also, paying to play online. Now, I know I said at the beginning of this video that PC is my preferred platform. It is. And on PC, you don't pay for online play most of the time. And so a lot of people are pissed that paying to play online, which I honestly don't like paying to play online. I don't think it should be, but I'm not going to be the PC elitist here. I'm not going to pull the PC elitist card. I'm not going to tell people to go buy a gaming PC to game on. But, you know, paying to play online, meh, just... We'll see how Nintendo does it. I hope they do it right, because that would be great if they do it right. And yeah, I guess that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I know I probably got like a bunch of dislikes on this video, but go ahead and, you know, tell me in the comments what you thought. If you didn't already dislike it, go ahead and like the video, share this around on social media, and of course, subscribe if you haven't. We'll wait till the Switch. I hope it succeeds. I'm relatively excited though. Bye.